Well, welcome along to the opening game of the Subway Women's League Cup. This is a Group B game today. A match that could provide a great boost for Liverpool, whose start of the season has not been particularly vintage, and perhaps a chance for a few in this Sunderland squad to impress Mel Ray enough to be part of what has been an exceptional start for Sunderland Women so far this season. In footballing terms, today is an exciting way to begin the League Cup action. There is, of course, a more emotional, more human element to today as well. The first game is the passing of a hero, a chance to play football and enjoy football amid all of the understandable sadness over Matt Beard's passing. Once the game begins, well, there is plenty for Liverpool to try and improve on. New coach, of course, Gareth Taylor, still looking for his first victory in charge after joining the club after a very lengthy appointment process. And for Mel Ray, well, she'll be delighted with the start the lasses have made down in WSL 2, and rightly so as well. They've been superb so far, but she's opting to give a couple of different players tightening.
First Champions League campaign. After returning to the club in May 2021, Matt won the FA Women's Championship in emphatic fashion and gained promotion back to the Women's Super League. Rest in peace, Matt. The period of silence will start and finish on the referee's whistle.
A beautifully observed moment for what was a wonderful soul and a fantastic footballing man. So we will get this Women's League Cup tie underway. You can see in the crowd there, raw emotion, I'm sure, and that will be followed by many up and down the country. Truly incredible memories of Matt Beard, from some players who played under him for a long time, for those who met him in passing. It is not an understatement, it is not an overstatement, I should say, to say that he is a true hero of the sport. Sunderland will get the game underway here. Off and racing we go. This opening Group B game. Strong nod early doors, and Liverpool will be desperate to try and get a hold of this game. It really has not been a good start to the season after what was a disappointing term last year as well, of course. 7th place finish in the WSL. Slow, steady, possession-based start. This is the style that Gareth Taylor, of course, has been trying to apply to this Liverpool side, and it has been working. It was a pretty torrid opening game of the season. A really torrid game against Everton in that Merseyside derby. With every passing move, they are starting to look more and more comfortable in this system. Gemma Evans out to this left-hand side. Liverpool early doors happy just to keep possession and force Sunderland a little bit deeper. Not particularly new territory for Sunderland. They did, of course, against Birmingham have to defend through much of the game. Faced well over 20 shots and managed to hold Birmingham just to that one goal. Nice defending to prod it away there. Back over the halfway line. Towards Woodham. This pass is a smart one. Still trying to dance their way through here. Keep possession nicely. Liverpool again with the ball. Sunderland just a little bit compact here as it comes out to the right-hand side. Smart work from Kiernan. Kiernan back towards Samantha Kerr, and Liverpool patient, prodding, probing here. Bukanagano. Smart little touch. You just see Dunbar lurking there as well for Sunderland, trying to put some pressure on where she can. Evans once more. Nagano. Nice move this from Liverpool already here. A little heavy on the first touch, but slides past the slip. And a chance now for Melray's side to get a hold of the ball. As mentioned, they did have to defend for so long against Birmingham. It was a really impressive defensive performance, obviously beaten the once by Beatrice Sari's goal. And what a goal it was as well. But tries to get a hold of it. Fenton was lurking for it. Now she goes into the challenge and emerges with the ball. There is a chance down this right-hand side if the ball is good, and it appears to be. Well defended, though. Very well defended indeed, in fact, from Woodham. Mopped it up well. Just stopped that charge down the wing. Blades. Good turn again. She can be so dangerous down the wing. She's so quick, so sharp at times. As you saw there, can be committed. A few words of encouragement from Mel Ray. Popular Lassers manager who's been talking non-stop and quite rightly about how good her side's start to the season has been. And themselves involved in a bit of a derby not so long ago, and emerging victorious as well, 2-1. Right towards Clark. Touch is a good one here. Kapoch. Cross will come in, well blocked. And out for a corner kick. Konini Kapoch has perhaps not had the strongest start to the season. Tonight might well be a very good opportunity to just start ticking off a few of the things she'll have been trying to do over the last couple of games. Woodham with the corner. Woodham's ball into a decent one, headed away well. Edge of the penalty area with Nagano. Back into a dangerous area, and already Liverpool lead. It is a beautiful pull-up cross from Nagano. And Liverpool, after, well, less than 7 minutes, have the lead at the St Helens Stadium. A kiss to the sky as well. Gemma Evans, the goal scorer. Nagano just popped it in. Lambourne came for it, didn't get to it, and Liverpool have an early lead. No more than they deserve as well with the way they've started the game. Mel Ray will be, I think, fairly unhappy with more than a couple of elements of their defending there, Sunderland. It was very simple in the end for Gemma Evans just to guide the ball home. That's a great touch, and a lovely ball out to this left-hand side from McLean. Here come Liverpool again. Good challenge, back towards Woodham. At the moment, it seems like Liverpool may well be in the mood here. Goal scorer Evans. Ball just evades near Dunbar. Clark, just that calming presence in the back line. McLean. Passes a poor one, cut out well by Fenton. Dunbar tries to lay it off and has done, and that's a brilliant ball back towards Nia Dunbar, who can get forward well here. With Dunbar trying to dance her way through, does really well to keep possession. Brown. Fenton. Ball into an interesting one, but read well by Rafaela Burgrafer. Just knew where that ball was going. You could certainly see what the cross was attempting to do. Nia Dunbar did really, really well there. Cross came through that Sunderland pathway. Smart pass to the right and a very good pass around the back here. Kiernan tries the ball in. Out for a corner kick. Another chance here for Liverpool to challenge in the air. Back it comes again. High ball in once more towards Clark, who nods it down, and this time Demi Lambourne can get a hold of it. Distribute it quickly. Brown's ball down the wing. I mean, played a similar one for Emily Scar's goal against Birmingham a couple of weeks ago. That one was mopped up pretty simply in the end by Shimizu. Of course, on loan from Gareth Taylor's former club, Man City. Sunderland will take heart that they've been able at times to put pressure on and have done again here. It's Dunbar, big chance for Nia Dunbar, brilliant first touch, excellent second, and it's well saved by Bografa Low. She's causing problems here. Very different attacker to the likes of Emily Scar. Liverpool just a little bit sloppy in possession there. It was the right ball. This touch here from Dunbar did brilliantly just to drop the shoulder. Goalkeeper responds well. It'll be Natasha Fenton with the corner kick. Set piece maestro. Drilled towards the penalty spot low. It's going to come back towards Natasha Fenton. Cross in again. Not clear fully the first time. McInnes. Pass still finds a Sunderland boot. And that one just a little over hit back toward Fenton. It's a good response that from Sunderland. You consider how much of the ball stayed with Liverpool in the opening few minutes. The intent has certainly been there from the lasses. Again, Dunbar causing a lot of problems and will win a free kick. We did in quick to point. They're going to have to find a way to deal with Nia Dunbar here. Brown lurking. It'll be Fenton though to play it in toward the back post, but Graffer will get to it. It's a decent punch as well. Mopped up nicely though by Ellen Jones. Pass just slightly overhit. It'll come back towards the Liverpool goalkeeper. Sunderland doing well to press. Gemma Evans. There's that Gareth Taylor football, that patient build-up. Of course, as soon as I say that, the ball gets punted forward and straight to the feet of Demi Lambourne. Commanding, calming presence, the goalkeeper. Of course, now up against Grace Maloney for that #1 spot. Smart flick over looking toward Beata Olsen. Someone managed to mop it up. Ellen Jones will chase it down. Back again with Gemma Evans. Smart block from Blades, making her first competitive start. Podge away from some trouble. And now a chance down this right-hand side for Liverpool. 4 and 5 forward now. Ball is in low, it's blocked first time. Need to get rid of it here, Sunderland. Back into the body of Wastrup. Liverpool will keep the pressure on here. Here's Bjorta Olsen. Just pops it up and just a little bit too high for Kapoc. Not convincingly cleared, but good enough for now for Sunderland. It'll run away for the throw. It's certainly an open game. Abby Dearden's going to have to go across and deal with something here. And it looks like Liverpool may have a decision to make here. Just while we do get a little bit of attention there to Jenna Clark. Well, Taylor will have a word with his group, as will, to be fair, Mel Ray. He's talked so much coming into this game, and in fact ahead of last week's game, which for understandable reasons did not go ahead, about how impressed he's been with the fact that every single thing he's been working on to improve his side. Seeing more and more those attributes improve non-stop. He's been very, very happy with his squad. Of course, seeing plenty more of it this evening. Plenty of changes coming into tonight, and well, Mel Ray. She may be unhappy with a few things. She can't be unhappy with Nia Dunbar, who's caused some huge, huge problems for that Liverpool back line. Some huge problems with that Liverpool back line. These 8 changes this evening, a chance for many of these players to stake a claim for this impressive Sunderland squad. She's claimed, Mel Ray, that this is the strongest squad she's had here. And of course, she has been in and around the club for almost 2 decades now. Not always as manager, but has been such an important part of Sunderland's growth. At times, has stuck with the club through some pretty dark moments as well. She seems deep in thought. We're going to see now as to whether or not Jenna Clark will continue here. Strong challenge on Fenton. Fair challenge, though. Here come Liverpool again down this right-hand side. Smart little layoff. Samantha Kerr trying to get away from her marker. Doesn't do so. Maybe McInnes, the guilty party there. Goals starting to trickle in elsewhere in the Subway Women's League Cup. We'll keep you up to date where we can through the evening. In comes the free kick towards the edge of the 6-yard box and defended well. Evie Rabjohn getting ahead to it. Manchester United Loney flicking it clear. Another dangerous ball in though. And Jenna Clark was lurking, having rejoined the field. Lily Woodham with the corner kick. Flick towards goal, and the header always rising. Always going to be quite difficult for Leanne Kiernan there. Always behind her, always having to sort of stoop as well toward it. We mentioned some goals going in elsewhere. Group C, both Brighton and West Ham are leading by a goal to nil against Charlton and Portsmouth. Birmingham City, of course, Sunderland know very, very well already. leading against Bristol City as well in Group E. Ball well won. Fenton will want it back here, but that avenue is closed off pretty quickly. Ball launched forward for Blades and Dunbar to chase, and again Rafaela Bokrafa quick to it, smart to the danger. Jenna Clark appears to be moving a lot better now, which is sure very pleasing news for Gareth Taylor. Well, it has been very much a Liverpool opening 20 minutes, despite a couple of dangerous forays forward from the likes of Nia Dunbar. 3 shots to 1, of course, the flicked Gemma Evans goal separating the two sides. It's on target to 1 for Dunbar. Here come Liverpool once more, edge of the penalty area. The shot will be curled. It's very well blocked in the end. Very well blocked, actually, by Evie Rabjon. So Cornelia Kapoc getting in. Put the body in the right place. That's a really good piece of defending. Cornelia Kapoc has done that a couple of times already this evening. Cutting inside and thinking about the shot from the edge of the penalty area. Here comes another corner here for Liverpool. Edge of the 6-yard box, Clark's at it, and it's in the back of the net. 2-0 Liverpool after 21 minutes. And it's 2 centre-backs who get the goals. It was a pretty simple header for a player who perhaps 5 or so minutes ago wasn't quite sure if you'd see the rest of the game out. Into the ground, above the arm of Demi Lambourne. And Liverpool have a great deal of control now in this Group B tie. And there were some very, very happy faces in there as well. Liverpool lead by 2-0. Those defenders doing the damage from set pieces and from long balls in. Liverpool look very, very up for this evening. The ball cut out brilliantly by Brown. Launched forward by Lambourne. That's a really good touch as well, but the sliding challenge is a smart one. Blades will challenge for it. Woodham will keep it in. Ball back towards Kapoc, who's not immediately in any great rush. Clean. Chased by Dunbar. With a bright spot in a tough opening 20 or so minutes so far for Sunderland. The combination and the ball back towards Kerr. Now here's move from this right-hand side and plenty of Liverpool players in the centre. Dealt with first time. Little drop of the shoulder. Still going here, Kiernan. Kapoc. Kapoc's ball in across is low, but it's going to drift away. And you see the quality again and again of the 25-year-old. She's so dangerous, so optimistic when she has the ball at her feet. Think about that spectacular goal she scored against Everton in the Merseyside opener for Liverpool. She is never short of a fantastic goal, Cornelia Kapoc, and there, almost put a fantastic ball in. Clark will just take control. Back to Bokrafa. Liverpool just happy to keep the ball. Dunbar done well to initially slow things down, but you can see there with the possession, that is exactly as you'd expect it to be. 76% so far for Liverpool, who come forward once again here. It's a dangerous ball, it's a good save, Lambourne, and it's another good stop as well after that. It may well have been some very, very decent defending to deny Kapoch again. But after conceding two, Demi Lambourne's going to be a lot happier, I think, with that. Very dangerous ball in. Björn Olsen, I think, with a header in. And then second time around, well, a combination of excellent defending and a goalkeeper who was wary of what could come back at it. See Sunderland keep the deficit for now at 2. Jess Brown, I think, who did the excellent piece of defending as Sunderland perhaps a little riskily tried to play their way through the penalty area. Safety first in the end. Woodham. Clark's pass was picked up nicely. It initially didn't look too strong there for Samantha Kerr, but Liverpool responded well. Forward it comes again. That's a very dangerous ball, but Lambourne has timed it well. Will collect it, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway. The offside flag has emerged. Well, should Melray want to change things up a little bit, there is, of course, so much quality on that bench today for Sunderland women. No more so than Emily Scarr, who has started the season in tremendous fashion, scored in every game so far. She's very, very difficult to deal with. Katie Kitchener on there as well. Izzy Atkinson can change things down the wing. We are only less than 30 minutes in, though. Ball up toward Dunbar. Rihanna Blades will collect it. Jess Brown drops to the right-hand side. It was her fantastic assist against Birmingham City as well that got Scarr on the score sheet. Kapoch is challenged by Fenton. Back again into this Sunderland back line. That's a very interesting ball forward looking for Dunbar. Jenna Clark should get it, but Dunbar's done well to win it. And I think initially thought she'd given the free kick away. Followed by a little bit of hope, followed by the realisation that she had. Really smart interchange. Kapoch. Nice football from Liverpool. 4 in the centre. It's another high ball in. These have caused problems for Sunderland so far, and in the end, I'm entirely sure who that came off last. It appears to be a goal kick, so you would imagine off the Liverpool player. Woodham just perhaps bouncing it off her knee as she tried to guide it toward a teammate. But those high floating balls in, anything in the air has caused Sunderland some big problems so far this evening. You have John there to collect if required, and is required. This right wing it will come, but it will drift away before Blades can get to it. Evans. Buggraffer has had to make one big save so far from Nia Dunbar. Quiet evening other than that to this point. Back towards Evans once more. Chased down by Dunbar. Now to Woodham. Interesting ball looking for Kapoch, but Brown has done really well to marshal that. Rabjohn will wrap her foot around it. Evans is calm in possession. And Fenton barges through Woodham. Was booked against Durham as well, was Natasha Fenton. Nice ball around the corner. And again, it's a lovely through ball. Huge chance. Piotr Olsen, the touch is heavy. Lambourne actually did very, very well. Olsen was through. She's still desperate, of course, for that Liverpool goal. Kapoch. Stunned ball in. Fenton tries to lay it toward Brown. It's all a bit messy, but Rabjohn can slam it clear. Dunbar will chase it up against Evans, who has got Buggraffer in support, and use her easily. Now for a throw-in, well, Piotr Olsen. She was already in pretty good form in the summer for Christian Sands. 9-15 coming into his move to Liverpool. This is a lovely piece of football. It's a great through ball. It is difficult. Two players and a goalkeeper. Lambourne does well. Olsen may still be a little frustrated with herself, but what a pass through from Kirsty McLean there. Woodham back to Evans. Switched across. Dealt with well by Corbyn. He's not had too much of the game so far. Nagano does have an assist so far. Kapoch. Smart football here from Liverpool. And Kapoch again will chase it down toward the byline. First time ball in toward the penalty spot, and that's going to run away for a goal kick. Well, he'll be very, very content with what he's seen so far, I think. Of course, brought in long-term recruitment process, and really Liverpool were hoping that he would give the club a new identity. He has been incredibly complimentary, of course, about the identity that Matt Beard gave the club as well. Looking for his first win as Liverpool manager so far this evening. It's looking like tonight might well be the night. We will see. Shimizu picks the ball back up here. Blocking challenge from Alan Jones, who'll get back up and go again. Evans' pass is cut out. Dunbar, chance here for Sunderland on the counter-attack, and actually there might be a bit of space here for Dunbar to run. She's on her own at the moment, Nia Dunbar. That's not stopped her so far this evening. Jenna Clark gets in the way. Dunbar able to pick the ball back up, but free kick given. Well, physically it's a bit of a mismatch there, isn't it? As soon as Jenna Clark got her body across, it was going to be difficult for Nia Dunbar. But it is certainly a very different dimension to this Sunderland attack. And that can only really please Mel Ray, because obviously in Emily Skye you've got a very quick player. Still a player who is very different. The likes of Kira Barry, of course, as well, has come in and looked pretty impressive in short bursts. couple of knocks in her short time at Sunderland as well, the Manchester United loanee. Out to this right-hand side again. Here come Liverpool once more. Corbyn trying to jockey, trying to get the body across. Does get the body across. And does very, very well to win her side a goal kick. This tournament was not really Liverpool's favourite last year, as mentioned. They didn't qualify from the group. They very much made up for that, though, with that incredible FA Cup run. Made it to the semi-finals before that defeat to Chelsea. All shrouded, of course, in and around that pretty flat league campaign in the WSL. Both of these sides finished 7th in their respective leagues last year. Don't think either would have been, or in fact was, particularly happy with that. Nagano hoping to get the ball back there, but well blocked by Fenton, who's having to do a lot of defensive work so far. Evie John to Brown. Brown's touch is a smart one, trying to find Rihanna Blades, who almost kept it in. Half-hearted claim for a free kick. Clark back towards Woodham. The pass was what it needed to be. Evans once more. He's going to be getting a great deal of time with the ball at her feet in this system. Dunbar picks it up. Nice pass toward Blades, who turns beautifully with the ball. Sunderland forced back, but again, Blades, the Jamaica international, showing how smart she could be. And so too Brown, who picks up a free kick here. Blades puts the body in, emerges with it as well. Time to potentially get going, but the ball gets away from it. That direct pace of Blades, of Dunbar, certainly something that Sunderland can lean into as the game keeps going. Jenna Clark, Nagano. Shimizu's pass is firm, but picked up well. Evans. Claim was hunted, and the ball over the top for Ellen Jones. The chase is cleared comprehensively by the German goalkeeper. Fenton. Someone could just do with having this for a few minutes. Blades will challenge for it. He's beaten to it. Back though toward the slam of Brown, and while Dunbar will chase, it will be fruitful for the goalkeeper instead. Evans. Liverpool very, very happy with their pace of play here. Dominant possession football At one point they ticked over the 84% possession. Turn from Bjotr Olsen. Nagano has options. Woodham tries to get away from Blades. There is a slip, and now, almost accidentally, Liverpool can come forward. Edge of the penalty area, hit in low, dealt with by the knee. Nagano calm, composed on it, didn't rush. Here they come again, Liverpool. Deflected ball in. Calmly played toward Fenton. Good football from Sunderland. Somewhat cursed by the commentator. McInnes will try and get it back. Another lovely ball through. And now again a chance for Liverpool with a couple of red shirts coming forward towards the edge of the area. Nagano's unable to finish it, and instead it is tapped home. A lovely looping finish from Ritsu Shimizu. She'll be delighted. She had a horrible year last year, picked up a terrible injury in the Olympics. Missed so much football. This is such a calm finish as well, because it's all very chaotic before that. An accidental assist, really, perhaps, from Fuka Nagano. And, well, his side now 3 clear in the first half. And seemingly heading for the first win of Group B in this Subway Women's League Cup. That was such a calm finish as well. Was loaned with the idea of getting back to business, really, after last year. And that's going to put her another step forward. It is such a lovely, composed lob. Saw where the goalkeeper was, just tapped it over it. And for Liverpool, well, after the start to the season they've had on the field, after perhaps the last few days they've been through on it, this will be just what they needed. Nagano, Clark. A little bit awkward there for Evans, who'll still collect it. Clark, little toe poke through. Sunderland have just got to do what they've got to do there. Get it back toward the halfway line. Do wonder what Mel Ray will have to say at half-time. She'll have been overwhelmingly positive through the WSL 2 games so far. Slightly different so far this evening. Have to keep in mind, of course, they are at WSL 2 side. Plenty of changes this evening as well. Evans toward the halfway line once more. Woodham, smart touch to find Kapuch. Thinking about a shot momentarily. We'll get it back here. Cornelia Kapuch tries to dance her way through, and Bjotr Olsen, I think, almost had the ball played into it. We will see how long we have got in terms of first half added time here. It appeared to be 2 minutes, and perhaps Cornelia Kapoc will be slightly glad of the flag having gone up there.
There'll be a minimum of 2 minutes added time at the end of the first half now. 2 minutes.
But she's continued to be so dangerous through much of this first half. And Liverpool looking a great deal more fluid than they have done in their opening couple of WSL games. Fenton, smart touch here. Can Sunderland do something before the half-time mark? Dunbar will chase it. Back over the halfway line it will come. Woodham, who's been pretty strongly involved here through the first half. And again, very well won this time by McInnes. Ellen Jones can stride forward, got Dunbar with her. Jones will try the strike. Simple enough for Borgrafa. She's made a much trickier save in this first half from that near Dunbar chance. Clark's pass is a strong one. Lambourne's low kick toward the halfway line. Middle turn, can Liverpool hit again before the half-time mark? Cornelia Kapoc. Few step overs, Kapoc back across. Sunderland need to get rid of this. There may well be a knock as well for Evie Rabjon, who has not been anything other than brave through challenges so far this evening. She was immediate in her reaction there, having thrown a body in once more. A little awkward in how she's moving. She will get looked at half-time. Likes of Hannah Greenwood, of course, could come in this second half. Louise Griffiths, who's had a really good start to the season, again, could come into the back line with perhaps a little bit of a shake-up in the order. Launch forward, Jenna Clark will deal with it, and we will come to the end of the first half that Liverpool have absolutely dominated. Gemma Evans was the goal scorer of the first. She is joined, in fact, by the goal scorer of the second, Jenna Clark. And then Ritsa Shimizu was able to loop the ball over Demi Lambourne and give Liverpool a 3-goal and comprehensive lead going into the second half. There's been a few moments of joy for Sunderland. Nia Dunbar in particular has looked dangerous, but Liverpool are well on their way in this opening game of Group B in the Subway Women's League Cup. At half-time is Liverpool 3, Sunderland 0. As I said, made some really telling contributions. So can Sunderland either keep this tight or perhaps miraculously get back into this tie? Or will Liverpool experience a stroll through to their first 3 points of this group campaign in the Subway Women's League Cup action? We will see. Ball slammed straight out of play. Fenton. Little prod forward. So to the knee, and Sunderland will try again here. Dunbar tries to nip in. Has nipped in very well. Needs to keep going here, but it's mopped up well by Liverpool. So Cornelia Kapoc replaced again by Mia Enderby. And Louise Griffiths replacing Jess Brown as well. His throw, picked up nicely by Leanne Kiernan. Throws it back towards Evans. Fenton picks it up nicely. Blades on that right-hand side to be chased by Jones. And Borgraffa, again, calm, composed. She's made one big save, one simple save in that first half. Other than that, she's perhaps had a fairly enjoyable debut. Always nice for a goalkeeper, of course, to pull off a good stop. And had to do so from near Dunbar in that first half. Shimizu. Jones able to cut it out, wants it back again here, but just slowed down by Jamie Finn. He's not had too much of the game so far. Evie Rabjohn appears to be okay after a late knock in that first half. Rabjohn's done really well to find Fenton. Fenton's pass just a bit too awkward for Libby McInnes. Last season's Young Player of the Year, of course. Jenna Clark able just about to get a hold of it before Ellen Jones arrived. Shimizu. Kiernan once more. Had a moment in that first half. Samantha Kerr. Evans. Enderby, the second touch of the game. And now a poor pass sees Libby McInnes able to pick it up. Agano was hunting and Dunbar couldn't get the ball back across. He was talking about wanting it. It's found its way through here to Kiernan. Still with Kiernan. That's a very, very good challenge from Mary Corbin, who will chase it down as well. She did excellently there. Another of these Sunderland youngsters who've made their way through on the Sunderland pathway to this first team. While Corbin's challenge looked very good, it may well be that Leanne Kiernan has taken a bit of a knock in the process. Of course, so important was Leanne Kiernan in that push, trying to get back into the WSL for Liverpool. So many goals scored and then such an interrupted time since. She'll be hoping that this isn't an indicator of further issues for her, because she has had plenty. So they're just keeping an eye, and obviously with their history they'll want more than ever to be more cautious than perhaps not. Let's just see this again here. Kiernan gets forward. Corbin's challenge looks clean, looks fair, but the way that Kiernan lands is not going to particularly please him. Gareth Taylor may choose to just be erring on the side of caution here. We will see. A round of applause as Leanne Kiernan got back to her feet, but she doesn't look comfortable at the moment. Maybe that we see another Liverpool change here shortly. Maybe that Leanne Kiernan is hopefully good to continue. Jenna Clark in the meantime. Look through all the attacking talent we've seen in this game. Kapuch and of course Enderby having come from the bench, Bjorta Olsen, and yet it's three defenders who've got the goals for Liverpool so far. Here's Blades. Strong direct running style of hers. McInnes, lovely turn. To dance her way through too. Needs some support and just about gets it. Smart play under pressure from Sunderland. Picked up by Westrup. Blades trying to keep a hold of it, but can't do so. Good turn from Mia Enderby. Griffiths with her, and Griffiths wins the ball. She's had such a good start to the season, Louise Griffiths. Been with the club for a long old time now, of course. Now the flag has stayed down here, I think. It has not stayed down here. Initially it did look like perhaps Nia Dunbar had somehow either stayed onside or it had been missed, but that is not in fact accurate. Magdalena smart pass and ball drilled forward. Stop before it can make any real progress from Samantha Kerr. I mean, a real marquee signing, of course. Samantha Kerr arrived on loan from the Frauen Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. Dunbar's stopped that well. Bografa will be in there and did what it needed to do, the ball there. But obviously with the £1 million deal that came Liverpool's way pre-season, the first £1 million women's football signing, of course, in Olivia Smith, who went off to Arsenal. Now a big chance here for Jones, drops down to her. Clark in pursuit and into the arms of Bografa. It may well be that come January, Liverpool are slightly more active in the transfer market. They sold the Canadian. It might be that they don't need to be looking at new front players if their defence keeps providing goals in the way we've seen tonight. Smart attempted the through ball back toward Lily Woodham. Sunderland and Fenton trying to dig in here. Kerr. Lovely turn. Pass is blocked first time, picked up by Nagano, and then more lovely football here from Liverpool. Piotr Olsen was hoping to try and find a teammate. The good news at the moment is that Leanne Kiernan is moving cleanly. I wonder every knock she gets at the moment, whether or not that understandable anxiety will kick in. It's been a rough old time for her. Jones tries to pick it up. The ball over the top is not a good one, and Clark is just about able to mop it up. It was a very dangerous ball. If Clark hadn't got a head to it, you do think that Nia Dunbar could have been in there. Nagano. Liverpool fans in good voice here. Understandably so. They're seeing their team play very well. Control this game. At the moment, lead it comfortably. Dunbar opting not to chase that one down too strongly. Ball through, very, very pinpoint one. Olsen's in the centre, Enderby in support as well. It's going to come back to Kerr, who can't keep it down. Well, she's scored plenty like that. Those charges into the penalty area. I think she's going to be very, very frustrated with herself here. Lovely football from Liverpool. Goes between Enderby and Olsen. And, well, tapped over the bar by Kerr. Dunbar, who has done well, wins the free kick. Launched into this Liverpool penalty area. It's not clear yet, and it's going to be an offside flag anyway. Sunderland do have the likes of Natasha Fenton, who can put a brilliant ball into the penalty area. Might be that Milray wants to see a bit more of that, despite her side at the moment a long way down. Those little moments of optimism, those little moments of positivity. Some players perhaps questioning, or at least asking questions of whether or not they should be in the first team during what's been a very, very good start to the WSL too. Ball cut out. Charge forward here by Corbyn. And Jones tried to get back across, but it was smartly marshalled by Shimizu. Now come Liverpool down this left-hand side. The game feeling slightly more open at the moment. NW will chase it, picks it back up into a dangerous area, but blocked and cleared away by Evie Rabjon. Liverpool's fans been in very, very good voice tonight. And of course we did have those lovely moments in the 13th and 14th minute. The singing in the round of applause, of course, those minutes in line with the WSL titles that Matt Beard won his first spell here at Liverpool. Natasha Fenton has, I think, been the next on the block for the substitutions. Fenton looks to have been replaced. Well, in fact, it looks like that change is about to be made rather than has been made. Katie Kitching will come onto the field. You saw her goal against Durham. You know that she could help to change things here. And Hannah Greenwood will also make her way on for Jamie Finn. Defensive decision there. And now Fenton will head off the field, replaced by Katie Kitching. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, go and watch that strike against Durham last week. It is an absolute perler. On the other side of things, Liverpool making their changes as well. Lucy Parry making her way on. We're also going to see Sophie Howe come onto the field as well. Started last season at the goalface, really, was first choice right back. It got a little trickier at times for Lucy Parry. But Sophie Howe well, she's a very, very good player, but injury did get in the way at times last season. Scored 12 in 20 last year and didn't make that Norwegian Euro squad. Plenty to prove this season. Clark deals with it well. Elton Olsen barking instructions, and it's going to drop to Lucy Parry for the first time in the game here. Olsen. Ball just gets away from it. As you can see, both teams beginning to shuffle things round. Liverpool certainly not slowing down in their attempts to try and grab another, but also very comfortable at the moment with this 3-goal lead. So Sophie Howe on for Leanne Kernan, and Lucy Parry replaced Ritsu Shimizu, of course, who scored the third for Liverpool. That'll be a free kick. Pretty easy evening so far for Abby Dearden. It's been nicely in control. To be fair, there's not been too many decisions to make. I'm just hearing from the Liverpool dugout, Leanne Kiernan, who really has had a rough old time of things at times with injuries of late. Apparently is having her right foot bandaged up in that Liverpool dugout at the moment, so fingers crossed she's okay. Never seemed to properly recover after that, what was a fair challenge, to be fair, from Mary Corbin. Hopefully she's back up and running very, very quickly. Mia Enderby. Back towards Parry. Piotr Olsen wants the ball back down that wing. Parry tries to get away from the attentions of Ellen Jones, but doesn't manage it. Free kick. "25 minutes of normal time remain. Liverpool in a fairly processional performance so far. Sunderland, a lot of changes, 8 coming into the game today. Question is whether or not they can refine that momentum. The game of the weekend. Griffiths beaten here. Big chance for Liverpool to make it 4. Put back across and low. And it would have worried Lambourne very, very much as it came toward the goal, but side netting is what it hit. Griffiths just perhaps overcommitted herself. Maybe the better ball from Woodham would have been a cross. She's had a good game though. Corbin, really good touch there to get away from Olsen. Olsen will charge back. Bit of a tough one, but dealt with in the end by Ostrup. And as far as Kurt. Brought down very nicely by McInnes. With Jones. Touch is a little heavy, she tried to turn away. Parry able to just charge back toward her own goal. Wilson's done well just to keep possession. Find Parry, who's back to Jenna Clark. Now loop forward as well, taken down brilliantly. Attempted the 1-2, cut out, dealt with well. And Greenwood has actually had a very, very good start to this season. Passing was absolutely excellent as well against Durham. I think it was 94% pass accuracy against Durham. Playing that back line can play as a slightly more holding midfielder. Does give Melray options, of course, alongside Natasha Fenton, or instead of. Well, if you've been watching the game, you'll have seen this Liverpool dominance. The stats, of course, do align with that as well. 11 shots to 2 for Liverpool in this game. 3 goals, and, well, of those, 6 on target to 2. Dunbar's effort was unarguably the best of the bunch for Sunderland in that first half. Well saved by Rafaela Borgarafa. Here's Lucy Parry, still going here. Laid off, well blocked, very well blocked first time. Back in and somewhat sliced away. Katie Kitching obviously had to get something to that. Ends up giving away the corner. I think I've mentioned it twice already, but I kept going back and watching that Katie Kitching strike from the weekend. She capitalised on a mistake from Molly Lambert and then just absolutely leathered the ball home. It was a stunning goal, it really was. Hard to argue that she's probably one of the best signings of the modern era for Sunderland. Now a chance here for Liverpool from the corner. Parry flicks the switch, but to be fair to Rihanna Blades, she's done very well again there. She's had to work hard tonight. It's not been the kind of game where she can open up and charge in that direct fashion down the flanks. And now she perhaps is in need of a little bit of treatment here as well. Well, we're hearing it might not be anything too serious, which is always nice to hear. It may well just be a little bit of cramp, which, as we all know, is one of the most painful injuries you can get. Luckily enough, it disappears fairly fast. And a couple more changes here to be made for Liverpool in the meantime. It looks to be Sophie Lungar who will come on here as well, the midfielder. We've spoken about the injury problems one or two others have had in this Liverpool squad. Well, Sophie Lungar is absolutely one of those who's had injury problems as well. She got a guard of honour a couple of weeks ago from her teammates having returned from an ACL injury. She was injured in October of last year against Spurs. And this is going to be a nice moment for her to get right back amongst it. So it's going to be Katie Watson who's going to come on in the meantime for Sunderland. She will replace Rihanna Blades. She can be lethal, of course, at times, Katie Watson. But this is a very, very big moment. Really big moment for Sophie Lungar. And a nice high five from her manager as well. She's back at it. It'll take a bit of time to properly bed in. And she'll be delighted because she is really back in this squad now. Guard of honour in training and a lovely reception from Liverpool fans as well as she made her way onto the field there. Worth mentioning as well, Sam Kerr has also gone off. Sunderland just dealing with it here. Not actually dealing with it. Mia Enderby's done really well. Played back across. Oh, it's a bit of a spill from Lampard and it's found its way through. And how about that? Tapped home. It was messy from Sunderland. It will have been frustrating for Sunderland as well. But it's Sophie Howe with the goal. The former Roma frontwoman has toe-poked it home really well. From here, really, it shouldn't have been too much of a problem for Sunderland. The clearance is blocked. Enderby didn't stop, but perhaps a little bit of a lack of communication there. And in the end, the ball tapped home pretty simply by Howe. Hannah Silcock, I should mention, is the other player who's made her way onto the field here. It is Liverpool 4, Sunderland 0. Liverpool scored 10 in the league phase of this competition last year. They're already at 4 this evening. Evans just tapped back into this Liverpool back line. It really has been a lesson in control, really. Barring a couple of short bursts, a few moments, it's been a very competent performance, and there may well be more in it for them as well. Here's Enderby, who's been really energetic since coming on. McLean, who's had a good game. Now to this left-hand side. Howe is lurking. Lundgaard is lurking as well. Back towards Sophie Howe. Nodded back into danger, and it's still not clear here. McLean will try and curl it, but Lambourne will deal with it. I think the only thing that could maybe cap this evening would be a Sophie Lundgaard goal. What was and has been a very emotional evening. It's been a really professional performance from Liverpool. Mary Corbett, clever pass. Picked up by Hannah Silcock and back towards the goalkeeper. Good pass from Clark. Big strides from Clark once more. The ball has somehow made its way through, perhaps even shocking Lily Woodham a little bit. Clean will try and dance through. Ball is just anywhere and good at the moment for Sunderland. Enderby along this back line. Jenna Clark in no rush. Pinpoint pass. Ball is very well blocked, to be fair there. Could have made its way through, but Griffiths in the right place. Can Sunderland get anything from this game? Good burst down this right-hand side from Watson. Ball is in and dealt with in the end by Hannah Silcock. Rare moment of joy for Sunderland there. Evie Rabjohn, despite her side conceding 4, has actually had a very solid night of defending. She's put her body in every place you'd want her to, every time she's been in front of the ball, but Liverpool at times have been a bit irresistible. In comes a rare Sunderland corner. There are a few at it, a bit messy as well, in fact, in this penalty area, but well blocked, and Sunderland can keep at least a modicum of pressure up here. comes back in towards the Sunderland leg. Bit of a slip from McInnes, but able to roll away for a throw. You may be about to see one of the most impressive forwards in the top two divisions of women's football here. Olivia McInnes is looking, I think, potentially in a bit of trouble. So may well get a bit of treatment. And it looks like it is going to be Emily Scarr to make her way onto the field. She's scored in every game so far this season. She has been absolutely superb in front of goal. She was a little quiet until her goal against Durham, but the fact is, as Mel Ray says, if she gets in space, she's going to get goals. She is a real talent, Emily Scarr. Still only in mid-20s. She will likely come on and cause some problems. Maybe McInnes will be hoping that that's just a knock to the shoulder rather than anything more serious. Ball down the left-hand side from Scarr with her first touch, a bit too strong for Dunbar. It will be quite interesting to see how Nia Dunbar and Emily Scarr combine. Do you think that pace and popping that in and mixing it up with the precision of Emily Scarr could really yield dividends through the course of the season for Sunderland? Not that Scarr's been struggling up to this point either, mind you. Ball down the left-hand side, good touch as well. Plenty of Liverpool players trying to bust the gut to get forward. It's a good ball in! It's just going to trickle away here. In fact, it's been picked up by Beata Olsen. Tad high in the end, I think, for Howe. Big chance again for Liverpool. Really found some joy down this left-hand side of the second half. Jenna Clark. Good touch, but strong block. Liverpool still trying to noodle their way through here. Enderby has definitely added a different dimension to things as well. And a Silcock. Lucy Parry comes forward. It is all control now. Ooh, Enderby now limping. For a game that's had very few challenges in it, there has been quite a few knocks being carried. Corbin trying to put a foot down here, down this left-hand side, and has done very well to do so. Strong challenge from Beata Olsen. And concedes the free kick. Don't think there can be much of an argument about that from Beata Olsen. And now it's Mary Corbin who's down with a knock. It was a really good one-on-one battle, this. The two of them going at it well, and, well, undoubtedly a foul from Olsen. And now it's Corbin who will be looked at. Chosen ahead of the likes of Izzy Atkinson this evening. The physios for both Liverpool and Sunderland have been very busy tonight. Well, there is no reason for Sunderland to be trying to waste any kind of time, so Mary Corbin might have had a nasty knock here. Just seeing Aaron Ford there, the fourth official. Gareth Taylor is looking on there as well. Fukan Agano, who assisted the first goal this evening for Liverpool. A lovely floated ball onto the head of Gemma Evans. And while he's waited a couple of games, but it looks like Gareth Taylor will get his first victory in charge of Liverpool. Mary Corbin is back up. In comes the free kick toward the back post, and Borgraffer has done well. Picked back up by Watson, whose ball in is a good one, to be fair. Dunbar throws her body in. It's bouncing around and well stopped by the goalkeeper. But a free kick, no, it's an offside in the process. Good challenge. Sunderland hunting a pack. It's something they've not done too much this evening. Towards Jones. Nice sliding pass through. Scar goes down and wins a free kick. Will take a moment herself, but he's back up. That'll be a yellow card, I think, as well for Jenna Clark. You wouldn't have thought with the way the game has been that we'd be seeing one this evening. But I think it is Clark who has picked up that yellow card. And another chance here for Sunderland to at least try and grab something from the game. In comes the cross, it's low, and it's dealt with quickly. Kitching with the corner. Towards the back post and over the head of everyone, including Evie Rabjohn. Sunderland will travel down to Southampton for their next game in the WSL 2. Likely to see a very different starting 11 to the one that began this evening. Sunderland, of course, superb so far. Southampton played 3, won 1, drawn 1 and lost 1 to this point. For Liverpool, well, they have the little matter of Manchester United on Sunday. A midday kickoff, it should be an absolute corker, that one. Piotr Olsen got the toe poke through. Sophie Howe almost got there, and so was the pass there through the centre from Sunderland. Little ball through. Dunbar will try and chase it down, so will Jones. And Parry takes complete control, and rightly so. That was absolutely excellent defending. 2 Sunderland players charging forward. Borgraffer charging out. And a defender who decided the job was hers. Well done, that wing is an excellent one from Evans. Near Enderby. Just turns back. Opts for possession. Over a risky foray forward. That ball through is exceptional though. Chance here. Several Liverpool players in the centre. Howe stretches a boot at it. Piotr Olsen, I think, will keep this in. Still adapting to life in the WSL with Liverpool. Good pass from Olsen. Parry. I'm saying huge credit to Sunderland, despite the fact the game has been very one-sided. The effort level has not dropped, as you'd expect from a Mel Ray side. Not being able to challenge enough this evening at the other end. into the last 4 or so minutes of normal time. 3 defenders and a striker with the goals for Liverpool. Stolen by the hosts. Mr. McLean's had a really smart game with the ball at her feet. No real surprise. Very neat player. Well decorated as well. Won 5 trophies up with Rangers. Another very good ball down that wing. Plenty in the centre. Mia Enderby's going to have to bust her gut to try and get to this one, and she perhaps could have taken the pull back. Tries to test Lambourne instead, who's equal to it. Good goalkeeping. The chance at that right-hand side post for her to deal with in this second half. In comes this Liverpool corner. Clark again, and then flicked home. Once more by Sophie Howe. It's a brace for her. It's a 5th for Liverpool. And yet again, Jenna Clark is instrumental. That height, that skill with the ball at her head. It's been declared as a Clark goal. We'll just double check this because I think Howe has flicked it. Yeah, has done. It is Sophie Howe with the goal. It is a Clark assist to add to her goal and what increasingly looks like a clean sheet as well. Calls for hat-trick, perhaps a little bit strong for her. The centre back would need another 2 here. It was a really well-directed header, but it is not her goal. Few cheeky shouts of shoot from there. Into the final minute of normal time. Sophie Lungar able to find Parry. Again down this left-hand side. Could there be more here for Liverpool? Griffiths has done well, but shouts of a penalty not given. Have Sunderland got away with one there? Mia Enderby tries to get forward, well defended though. Slammed down that right-hand side. There will be 4 minutes of added on time here at the St Helens Stadium. And you really do have to give enormous credit to Liverpool here. Sunderland, of course, are the WSL 2 side. As mentioned, they've given absolutely everything, a lot of energy, a lot of pressing, a lot of effort, but it's just not been there for them tonight. But after what has been a really, really understandably upsetting few days, not just, of course, for Liverpool, but for football in general, the players have turned up. They have been professional, they have been optimistic, they have been energetic, and they have been ruthless in front of goal. And for that, they deserve an enormous amount of credit. Ball well won here by Sunderland. Griffiths has done well down that right-hand side, but stopped before going any further. for Liverpool. Well, they haven't stopped coming forward. It's a case of a couple of minutes and on to focusing on that game against Manchester United and trying to improve what has been a weak WSL start for them. There has been definite signs, though, of cohesion this evening. Piotr Olsen, stretching toe poke, finds Lily Woodham. Oh, dancing through again here, Liverpool. It's blocked by Evie Rabjon. Mia Enderby has absolutely torn things apart down that left-hand side since coming on. Extended a deal in the summer. It's got absolute belters in this competition as well. You think back to that goal against Manchester City 2 years ago now. Eventually, we're going to see Kitching's goal at the weekend. Go and find that one in the archives. It's a beauty. Abidin just coming across to have a word with one or two in that pack there. A late corner. Probably the last bit of big action we're going to see. Into a dangerous area for Howe, who almost grabbed a hat-trick. Very, very close. But again, she has been really dangerous in this game since coming off the bench. Gets away from a defender well. It looks to be that Liverpool will top this Group B at the end of the evening. They will start their Subway Women's League Cup campaign with a really, really strong, impressive performance. Gareth Taylor's first win in charge as well, of course, will give him a lot of confidence and I'm sure no small amount of relief. And that is it, in what has been such an emotionally turbulent time for Liverpool over the last few days. The players arrived focused, they arrived ready, and they arrived incredibly professionally as well. Gareth Taylor's first win in charge is a comprehensive one. 3 defenders popping up with goals and then a brace from Sophie Howe as well. It was a night where Matt Beard was beautifully remembered at the start, celebrated in the 13th and 14th minute as well. And I'm sure it's the kind of result, the kind of performance he would have loved as well. It is just the opening game of a group. There is plenty of work to do in the league as well for Liverpool. But that is about as good as it could have gone this evening, and they deserve enormous credit for that. For Sunderland, well, they are playing a side in the league above them. Mel Ray made 8 changes coming into the game this evening as well. A game that, of course, was plopped right in the middle of some really, really good WSL 2 form. She'll be unhappy with some elements, happy with others. But at the end of a very, very important, emotional evening for Liverpool women, it is a cracking result. It finishes Liverpool 5, Sunderland 0. Now, a few words from both sets of ladies. Mel Ray will be, I'm sure, extolling the fact that her team today played a very, very good side. They'll be disappointed with a few things, I'm sure. Nia Dunbar looked very lively at times. Evie Rabjon making her first start, put her body in the right place plenty of times as well. Their battle is likely to come in the WSL too, of course. And well, I'm sure there are plenty of conversations, emotional ones, I'm sure, in that circle there. A big, big evening for Liverpool for so many reasons after the game of the weekend was understandably and correctly abandoned or cancelled as well. But these fans have turned up today and seen an absolute belter from their side. That is the kind of performance that even against the WSL 2 team can really fire on your season. There were so many stories as well this evening. Rita Shimizu scoring. Jenna Clark playing very well. Gemma Evans looking very good. Her debut for the German goalkeeper of Rafaela Borgrafa. And, well, I'm sure everyone will have been delighted to see Sophie Lungard as well make her way back onto the field. Her presence, of course, will be more and more as the season goes. But that's a big moment for her after that horrible injury back in October. Let's take a look, shall we, at some of the match highlights of a very one-sided game, in truth. This was a brilliant ball back in from Nagano. And there came Evans with the opening goal. Demi Lamborn, maybe frustrated with herself, came for it, was nowhere near. And that was centre-back goal number 1. Nicely flicked header. And a well-celebrated one at that. Evans played well throughout the game. There were a few moments. Fenton testing and bringing out the goalkeeper with that ball through. And then, well, this was the start of Clark starting to show off going forward while being very solid defensively. This was nothing to do with her. Dunbar dancing away from Evans. Borgrafa getting down really well to her left-hand side. It was so dangerous from this kind of ball with Liverpool in the game. Evie Rabjon defending really well there, as she did, to be fair, through much of the game. That will be a bright spot for Mel Ray. This one, though, a nice flicked header from Jenna Clark. A lovely goal from her. I'm sure her father, proud as a father, and proud as a Liverpool fan as well. But she was so dangerous from set pieces today, Jenna Clark. Liverpool just prodded and probed really well. This is another good chance that was well saved actually by Lamborn and well defended by Brown. So the passing at times was excellent. This through ball for Björka Olsen was brilliant. The touch was difficult and actually Lamborn did do well there. And then this. Nagano almost accidentally assisting Shimizu's finish, which was absolutely brilliant. And the third defender of the game to grab a goal. Such a composed finish, that one as well. And then into the second half, well, it was much of the same really at times. Mia Enderby was exceptional having come off the bench. She wasn't hugely involved here, as Woodham drove it into the side netting. Björka Olsen chased the ball down well at times, but in a way that they haven't been so far in the league. They were able to really get going, Liverpool. Mia Enderby was excellent when having come on. This ball across caused problems, which Lamborn perhaps didn't help, and Sophie Howe, another substitute, slid the ball home. It was, of course, Liverpool's fourth. And then late on, with the result very much decided. In came another cross from Liverpool. Clark got the header, and so did Howe to make it 5-0. It was comprehensive from Liverpool women this evening. Well, thank you for your company this evening. It was a huge game for so many reasons. An emotional game for so many reasons. But once the match got going, it was a very, very good performance from Liverpool for so many reasons. Sunderland have got plenty to play for in the WSL 2. They'll travel to Southampton at the weekend. But tonight, it finished in the Group B opening game between Liverpool and Sunderland in the Subway Women's League Cup. Liverpool 5, Sunderland 0. Good night.